sounded like a robot. I was just speaking with one word at a time. It wasn't even sentences. It was just like, hello, yes, I am totally human. Hey guys, welcome back. So in today's video, I'm doing another digital time lapse, but instead of using Photoshop like I typically do, I'm actually working on an iPad Pro. So I hope you guys enjoy the process, and I will see you there. So I'm sure the first thing you'll notice about this video is that the format was thrown slightly off. And the reason for this is that I actually completed this piece on an iPad, and I used the recording / time-lapse software that was built into the application itself, and it used the canvas size automatically as the size for the recording. And I'm definitely going to look into different options as far as recording on the iPad is concerned. Perhaps I will just use my phone like I do to record the rest of my videos and set it off to the side so that you can see what I'm doing. I haven't quite gotten that far yet, but I knew that I did want to use this video specifically as a video on my channel, simply because I like the way that the finished piece turned out so much that I thought it would be a shame to let it go to waste. Now, looking at the actual illustration itself, this is actually a redraw of a piece that I did in my sketchbook, and it was the very first drawing in the sketchbook that I did before my 1-week sketchbook. And I was never very happy with the way that piece turned out. I liked the concept well enough, but there was something about how I had jumped into it so unexpectedly. And it was a sketchbook page, so it wasn't meant to be anything crazy finished, but I always had this sort of nagging feeling in the back of my head that I could do it better if I had another chance at it. So in order to follow through with that idea and to actually do it better, I made sure that I put a lot more planning into this piece than I did the initial sketchbook page. And I did quite a few little thumbnails just trying to figure out the best composition for the piece, and I finally decided on the one that you see me doing here. I think the thing that I like the most about this piece is simply the execution, and I had done a couple of little experiments on the iPad before I did this illustration, and they were kind of finished pieces, but they were mostly just tests. So I could see how it worked, and so I could get used to it. And after I had accomplished that, I wanted to dive a little more into creating something that I would have otherwise created in Photoshop. And I think the first thing that I wanted to mention is that it translates very well from any other sort of digital art. I used the app Procreate, and it's a very nice drawing app. It definitely takes a little bit of getting used to, especially since the type of tablet I was using before didn't even have a screen on it. So I had learned to become familiar with a disconnect in my digital work. And it was definitely much easier to get used to, but it was an adjustment. But in the end, I think this piece falls into the category of what I consider to be some of my better pieces of artwork. It's probably in my top 3, and I have a hard time deciding between the pieces in that top 3. And the other 2 pieces that I would lump into this category are Heartless and Wandering Roots, and I will actually leave links to those in the description. But I think the execution of this piece is potentially better than the execution of any of my other pieces. And I think I would say that the main reason for that is simply because I've learned how to do hair better. And this is a sort of recent development in my artwork, I would say, because for a long time I was having a lot of difficulty figuring out how I wanted to draw hair. And I tried multiple different versions just so I could get a feel for what I could use in my style without betraying the idea of a cartoony style. And as I mentioned in one of my previous videos, I came up with the idea for this through the concept of a butterfly's wings and the way that they're segmented. And I really wanted to try doing that in a hair kind of format. And in my opinion, I think it turned out very nicely. So for now, I'm definitely going to be proceeding with my character artwork with this style of hair, just because I think it feels a lot more finished than a lot of methods I was using prior to this. So I hope this video was interesting to watch and it gave you something to think about, maybe in the realm of experimenting with how you accomplish certain things. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Bye. I also have this zit. I'm gonna point it out so nobody says anything. But it hurts so bad. I'm pretty sure it's because of my glasses, because if they're up all the way where they're supposed to be on my nose, the bridge of the glasses rubs right against it. So I'm pretty sure my glasses cause me to have this huge, painful, just zit. I like that I had to wait until after the recording was started to actually get my crap together, but what else is new? That was the longest run-on sentence I think I've ever structured in my life. My coffee is downstairs, which is really disappointing. Like, it's the most disappointing thing. Ooh, an Apple pencil. I should probably, not just say, I'm using a pencil on the surface of the iPad, and it is a real pencil, and I'm totally not ruining my screen, and it totally works, so you should try it.